Welcome to the Tempo Storm Meta Snapshot Breakdown for February 14th, 2018. It's been a week since patch 10.2 changed the competitive landscape, with the nerfs unleashing a period of innovation. Our Day 1 patch of 10.2 clip captured some of what is possible in a meta without Highlander Priest. A week later, we've seen more developments in the competitive metagame. Decks such as Face Hunter and Token Shaman are making random appearances in the highest ranks of Legend, while Tempo Rogue is being reimagined in the absence of patches and Bone Mare. Some decks establish the new meta in Tier 1, while others are rising to counter them. Let's take a look at some of the top performers on the ladder. Tier 1 remains consistent from Day 1 expectations, with Control Warlock and Murloc Paladin being the control and aggro centerpieces of the new meta. Lists from both decks remain the same, though Rin the First Disciple is occasionally being replaced by Carnivorous Cube to double the power of Silence Voidlords. Q-Block itself sits in third, finding a weaker matchup in Control Warlock while still employing many of the same tools to dominate the ladder. In the bottom of Tier 1 are Combo Priest and Spiteful Priest, both decks capable of punishing most control decks for not having a response to large early minions. Despite losing a favorable matchup in Highlander Priest and being unfavored against Murloc Paladin, they still find a lot of play on the ladder. Swamp Ooze became a recent tech addition of Combo Priest thanks to Azukat Kultis, who piloted the deck to rank 1 Legend with the addition of Crazed Alchemist and Mass Dispel. Honorable mentions this week are Secret Mage and Big Priest. While Secret Mage is enjoying growing popularity as one of the most successful responses to control decks, Big Priest takes the second spot in Tier 2 thanks to Barnes and its wide range of responses for aggro decks. While Obsidian Statue is not nearly as effective against aggro thanks to the popularity of Spellbreaker, the Diamond Spellstone gives Big Priest the ability to summon waves of threats in response to Control Warlock's Twisting Nether and Siphon Soul. There are also few decks that can beat Barnes summoning a 1/1 threat that can be re-summoned on turn 5 with Eternal Servitude. With Bequeath's recent success with the deck in last weekend's HCT Germany, expect to see more Big Priest on the ladder. The nerf to Highlander Priest and aggro decks running patches unleashed 2 new decks on the ladder. Spell Hunter is one of the decks that gained a lot from the recent balance patch as it did not receive any nerfs. It also enjoys the same game-ending turn 4 play of Barnes into Yisharaj as Big Priest, while also stealing games against aggro decks with buffed-up Emerald Spellstone following some early defensive traps that control the board. The deck finds a favorable matchup against Secret Mage since Explosive Runes will never find a good target. These 2 factors put Spell Hunter in a strong position in the middle of Tier 2. As long as it can avoid Combo Priest, then pilots of the deck won't have to worry about Twilight Acolyte neutralizing their turn 4 Yisharaj. Our second new deck for the week is Control Priest. The power of Duskbreaker and Shadow Visions give rise to a pure control archetype, with the popularity of Control and Cube Warlock paving the way for one of Hearthstone's oldest archetypes to make a return. The featured list comes from Chunchuner, who got number 1 Legend recently with the deck. It's able to stop an aggro deck in its path through Duskbreaker and Dragonfire Potion, while outvaluing most control decks with Mind Control, Ysera, and the 9-mana combo of Twilight Acolyte and Cabal Shadow Priest. This means that the deck should be favored versus Warlocks and Paladins, denying Voidlords and aggressive board pushes. However, being able to counter the 2 best decks in the game makes Control Priest vulnerable to combo decks such as Miracle Rogue and Combo Priest. It can also sometimes fail to answer the threats of strong mid-range decks such as Spiteful Dragon Priest and Big Priest. Even so, expect the deck to be refined in the coming weeks as pro players may look to Control Priest for the tournament meta. Combo Dragon Priest continues to be the best deck for the current metagame thanks to Duskbreaker for aggro decks and the Divine Spirit and Inner Fire combo for control matchups. The recent addition of Swamp Ooze reduces the weapon damage from Eaglehorn Bow and Rallying Blade, while also neutralizing Skull of the Minari against Q-Block and some control warlocks. Only Big Priest seems to have the deck that performs the best against Combo Priest thanks to its removal, healing, and silence effects. This, in combination with the deck's favorable matchup against Control Warlock, also makes the Big Priest archetype a viable option for climbing the ladder. It's truly an exciting time to play Hearthstone. The competitive landscape continues to evolve dramatically from the patch, with some players in High Legend experimenting with tech choices in classes that didn't make Tier 2. Even Shaman is showing signs of life, with Devolve finding great utility against Voidlords and buffed Murlocs. This, in combination with Evolution, Doppelgangster, and Corridor Creeper, may be enough for the class to make a big comeback. The meta is still young, and the Year of the Mammoth is far from over. Thank you for watching this Meta Snapshot. Be sure to like this video if you found it useful, and subscribe for more Tempo Storm news and Hearthstone content.